Hello, what up guys? How you doing? It is Lasty here. Welcome today to a new episode of the FIFA 20 Ultimate Team Road to Glory. Today's episode is powered by my sponsor Elgato Gaming. You guys know that I use like the key lights, the green screen, HD 60s Plus, multi-mount, stream deck, all of these tools to create my content on a daily basis. If you are aspiring content creators out there looking to up your game, then check down below in the description to a link to my Elgato profile page. Thank you for that, and let's get on into the episode. So if you do enjoy, hit me with a thumbs up. 2,500 likes. Let's get it done. Smashed, knocked out the park. Let's go for it. And of course, subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Right, so we've had a minor meltdown in yesterday's episode where we went from 11-2 to 12-7. Yeah, it's not a joke. Things went bad. They went south at an alarming rate. So I thought maybe a couple of team switches could work. Like, I wasn't loving Mertens, but Atal's been great for me. So should we be focusing on him centrally and then push Mertens out wide? Am I kidding myself by still using Neymar because his stamina's lower? Is he still up to scratch compared to other Tots players? Like, should I be getting rid of him now? I don't know. But at this point, I was up against some tough teams. And my head was not in it. My head was in Narnia, as I love to say. We come up against Cyprian, Idrissa Gueye, Aouar, like lots of amazing players from the French Ligue 1. A lot of them I would love to use. Do you know what's so difficult is that I build a concept squad, and I'm like, yeah, we could sort of use this next weekend, and then like, oh yeah, but that brings Mertens out, and actually it brings Atal out as well because I want to use Jadon Sancho and then we've got to put Muller and Witsel back in if we do that. So we've got to pull Douglas Costa out. And actually, I don't think Neymar gets full chem here. There are so many players that I want to use from Tots that are all now within my budget because we made smart decisions to sell players early in this weekend league. And they, of course, have tanked. That there's too many team options. You know, my team is already like a cluster something as it is already because I try and use multiple leagues and stuff. I'd love to get Nani in the starting 11. I'd love to use that Joseph Martinez. You know, we get a little link from the MLS to him, and we could maybe try somebody else from the MLS that looks quite good as well because they're only like 40k. Then I think about going back to the Ligue 1 or Serie A or hey, Bundesliga was great fun. It's just it's difficult, man. It's difficult to figure out which squad to use without leaving some of these huge players that I've got on the bench. Like, do I want to leave Atal and Mertens on the bench? Probably not, right? But actually, I might have to start using somebody else, and then I want to bring Mahrez back. But then you bring Mahrez back, that's two Algerian right wingers that you've got. So one of them's got to play off chem, and then you got to get it so that there's a chemistry link somewhere. So Mahrez is right forward, and then Atal is right at striker, and then Neymar's left forward, and you got to get the links there. This is what blows my mind, basically. And I'm sure that you guys go through the same thing as well every single week. I don't know, maybe not. Maybe you keep your teams for longer than just a couple of days like I do. But I found at the latter stages of the cycle, it's the only way that I can really get some sort of enjoyment out of this game is that if I'm trying different stuff. If I'm using the same strike force every week, I might be better because I'd probably learn their traits and stuff a lot more. But I'd be bored. My head wouldn't be in it. That guy quit at 0-0, by the way, or disconnected. I don't know what it was, but it seemed like he just dashboarded and didn't want to play. So I obviously don't get the win for that. It's just another one of those games. And then this game right here, solid team, solid opponent. We were having a tough game. It made it to nearly half-time. And then, as you can see, he just sort of runs it out in a straight line and disconnects. And I'm like, that's the third time that's happened this weekend, man. And then whatever was happening in the last game. If that was another disconnect, then that's the fourth time it's happened this weekend. So not only am I on a horrific losing streak, I am actually also in games which then I'm playing, getting drained from, and then they're getting booted from the servers, and then it looks like nothing's ever happened on mine, which is annoying. It's so frustrating. It's the word is draining, I think, definitely. So I end up, conceding to a rebound. R9 gets deflected off my defender, and Messi sticks it in the back of the net. And then Griezmann knocks this one into De Bruyne, who knocks it to Messi, and he scores. I quit that game at 16 minutes because, like, I have fully lost it. So if that was the game I quit at 2-1, yeah, my long comment about that game was meh. I'd just gone. I couldn't be bothered anymore. This is a difficult squad to come up against as well. Oh yeah, I remember what happened to this one. Good start. Atal pushing forwards. We're able to chip the goalkeeper brilliantly. Lovely goal from the Algerian. And we find ourselves 1-0 up. Things could be going well, you know. Atal on the score sheet. You'll love to see it. Maybe we'll get a win here. And it will be just what we need. Because we really only do need one more win to get to 14. But he equalises with, I think, Mbappe. And then Mbappe pushes down the line. And he crosses it in, and Ben Yedder outjumps me to win the header, to score a header. Who scores a header on this game? I instantly quit. There's something about Ben Yedder. I was just, I'd fully gone at this point. My head was in a different planet. So now we come up against Mahrez and all sorts of other great players, and I end up going 1-0 up. 1-0, Neymar, he's dragged it back, and I've actually got a straight shot without it getting AI blocked. Nice one, we can carry on here. Atal then knocks it out wide, and I found this to be a really useful technique, by the way. Full power RBX, like a low-driven cross type thing, and Mertens just smashes it home. And I think I end up doing it again in this game in a moment, or it might be the next game or something, I'm not sure. But we've not scored that cut across. That was frustrating to not score, because at 2-0, you know, he ends up pushing through. If he scores a goal, we're in trouble. He's, of course, scored a goal there with Mahrez, so now we are in deep trouble. But we do it again with Douglas Costa. And I think maybe it works because his centre-back and left-back were really god-awful for this stage of FIFA. It's like regular Kimpembe and then like an orange Kolodjizak or something. So maybe their positioning and stuff is the reason why I was able to get those goals. But we're 3-1 up at half-time. And then look what happens. I press A to advance to go into the second half. And it just freezes. And like after a while, I think I speed a little bit of this up here. After a while, it just goes to black screen and dashboards me essentially. Like I don't get, that's not like a proper disconnect. That's like a crash. So I don't know how or why that's crashed there. But I obviously didn't lose connection to the internet or anything. I get back in the servers and I get a DC, I get a loss, you know, obviously. I was 3-1 up when my head was gone. To get my 14th win. I was so ready to just peace out of there. Oh man, it just wasn't good. I was in a bad place. So we go into this game. Guy hits the post. Yeah, fair enough. We push forward. We're going to counter attack on him here. Neymar's going to knock it to Mertens, who's going to Berber spin and knock it through to Neymar. Surely we can just score this one, right? Ball roll, finesse shot. Calm. We get the goal. We're 1-0 up. But I'm still so on edge. So you can make many mistakes when you're on edge like that, right? You can make rash challenges. Even when I should have gone 2-0 up there. That's a green time shot from Douglas Costa. I don't care that it's first time. Like, I just feel like that should go in. But Mertens is able to... I mean, you get kind of lucky. Mertens is able to knock that one through. We get a goal with Douglas Costa. And it's 2-0. And I felt like I should be winning 2-0. It was annoying to play against a 95% possession, 57% possession, or pass accuracy and possession. You know what I mean there. And I make a dumb challenge to give this penalty away, and I've again fully lost my head. So he ends up scoring. He's going to score another goal in a minute, and we end up quitting. I hate it. I feel bad about it that I quit at 2-2. But I just felt like, I don't know, I'd just gone. You know, you make these decisions. In hindsight, I'd have much rather just kicked off, let him get another goal and quit so he got the win. I do feel bad about that, but at the time, you're in a fit of rage. So when he scores, and it's because it was a rebound that just did my head in, I ended up going. And yeah, we hope to not do that anymore because I don't like that really. But hey, we move on. Into the next game we go. Just one more win needed, and I've got like 4 or 5 games left to do it. And I've played 4 or 5 games more than I should have because of the disconnects anyway. So we're already on like game number 30 right now. And sometimes I play like to 14-2 or something. So I've had a long weekend. The squad looked beatable. It was an all right team, but it definitely looked beatable. And Neymar should be scoring that, in my opinion. I think there are like 80% of the time he does score that. So I didn't really know what was going on. But Atal is able to just cut it inside and smash it home. Again, I'd put him at striker and Mertens out wide, and I'd gone back to the 4-2-2 because the 4-3-3-4 just wasn't cutting it for me. The passing lanes were working the other day, but just not against these really defensive players. And I hit the bar there, which pretty much just sums up my weekend because that could have been game over, really, effectively. But then Neymar does knock it through to Douglas Costa here, who does manage to score in the 45th minute. So we're 2-0 up going into half-time, and that's when he decides to quit. As we go on into the second half, as you can see, like, it's just default on forfeit match for me at the moment because I quit so many this weekend. But yeah, he quits at half-time, so he was probably in a very similar mindset to me, or headspace to me, but we did demolish in that game and we did deserve it. So we got to 14 wins eventually, and that's where I stopped because you couldn't pay me to try and play on. I had 4 games left. Was I going to get 3 wins out of 4 in my current form and current headspace? Absolutely not. So we will take gold 3 for the Ultimate Tots Weekend League and hopefully try to forget that one. I think the last year when I played Ultimate Tots, we had a terrible weekend league as well. I was in Florida playing some of those games though. I played the latter stages of my weekend league in Florida in a villa that I was in to try and get the wins, and I was on worse connection and stuff. But when I look back at it, I'm like, the same thing happened. It was super sweaty. Connection was rubbish. Maybe it's just the case of Ultimate Tots is awful, and hopefully it goes down in terms of sweat levels from now on. I hope so anyway. Because like, if you're really playing 4-2-3-1, drop back 1 depth at this stage, why? Are you having fun, really? Maybe we'll do it next week. Just join the bandwagon, right? No, I don't think I'll do that anyway. So this episode's not over. There's a couple of little bits that I want to do as well. There's like rewards and a couple of things that we need to go ahead and get. So Team of the Season Challenge. Wanted to get this for a premium gold players pack, I think it was. Actually was a pretty good SBC value-wise because a lot of my players are untradeable. Considering you get 3 rares and 12 players that are all gold from that, you only needed to put 9 players in there and only 8 of them needed to be gold, 3 of them rare, but you're getting a slightly better return on your pack, as well as during Ultimate Tots getting a shot at possibly getting one. So I definitely recommend that SBC. I doubt it's still out though at this stage on Wednesday. So we get ourselves a Gaia, so we don't get a board, don't get a walkout, don't get a Tots. Only a few days left now for us to get potential Tots, unless they leave all of them in packs. I can't remember what happened last year, you know. Because I know red picks were like every single Tots was in packs, and then if you got to 17, you would guarantee yourself a Tots from the top 5 leagues. I would assume that they would do that again. I hope so anyway, because imagine if there's no Tots players in Reds. I don't know what this series will be done. We'd have to stop, I reckon. There'd be nothing left to do. But Luka Modric came out, and he does look exceptional. Like, this is a really cheap SBC as well. They've undervalued or underpriced this one massively, which is great, because everyone gets the chance to get Modric if they want him. He looks like such a brilliant player. It's going to be so difficult to get in my squad that for now we're going to leave him. I just don't see a way to get him in. I know I have Eder Militao and I do have Mendy, so I could get a little triangle of chem there. But I don't think Mendy cuts it at this stage of the game with all the other crazy players that are out. So for now, Modric can stay. But if we get a chance to do him because another cool player comes out, or maybe we get like a Ramos down the line or something like that, maybe it could work. But for now, we will leave it. So we get our squad battles rewards, and we get an English striker from Man United from that. So we got gold 1 again in squad battles, just because we were completing objectives and stuff. So we've actually had gold 1 rewards from squad battles for like the last 3 or 4 weeks. And hopefully I'll be able to do the same again next week, depending on what's out to even pack at that point in time. It might not even be worth it at that stage, but I will of course get any objective player that comes out with just squad battles requirements, because it's pretty chill to do just in the background on a quiet day when you're not doing much. So yeah, and that would help for our guaranteed Ultimate Tots pack, which we think is tonight. And with that, I reckon that'll be 88 rated. I wish it would be 87 rated, but I think it'll be 88, just because there are some levels of great players in there, and it's going to cost a fair bit. And we don't have much fodder, so it could cost us. It could end up costing us. So any extra players that we can get from squad battles or objectives or whatever will greatly help. So the best pack we got from squad battles rewards, I think, is actually ended up going to be like the first one. So essentially the worst pack from squad battles rewards, unless we get something in this premium gold players. I don't think we do. No, we don't even get bored. So yeah, it's unfortunate, but hey, you move on. You take the fact that there's probably, we got like 11,000 coins. We get like 5k from Rashford, and we can sell the rest of these guys on if we want for probably another 20k, all told, maybe a little bit more. So it's close to making you sort of 40, nearly 50k from squad battles rewards if you sell everything and you don't really get a whole bunch. So it's definitely going to help the coin balance or help some SBCs down the line. But that's pretty much going to wrap things up for today's episode, ladies and gentlemen. I will spend the next couple of days either doing guaranteed packs, rewards, and then we'll try and build a team for the next weekend league. But I think from now on we are strictly sticking to Gold 3 OP. Past Ultimate Tots, I just don't see the point in stressing out and stuff. So we'll just get to 14 and peace out every single week from now on, I think, just to see what reds and stuff we can get if they are still Tots rewards. But yeah, guys, hit me with a thumbs up if you did enjoy today's episode. I would really appreciate it. 2,500 likes, that would be amazing. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're new. I thank you for that. And come follow me on social media. Links are down below in the description. Have a lovely day, everyone. Take it easy, stay safe, and stay healthy. If you're still here, let me know in the comments section exactly what your weekend league record was. I'm curious to know. Yeah, have a great day. I'll catch you tomorrow in another episode. Peace.